Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into a minute. Let's go. So Garcelle Bouvier was on Sherri Shepherd's show, and she was talking about how she loves being called grandma. She was talking about her grandkids and things like that. But I wanted to say I listened to the Watch What Happens Live again, and I didn't appreciate the conversation back and forth between Bose and Erica Jane about Garcelle leaving the show. I heard Andy Cohen's I heard his podcast, and he was saying that he had a real conversation with Garcelle. He did mention her being off with her children, and he said that, he understands, right? If you come across it, really listen to it. But I think when Bose got on Watch What Happens Live, all of the great things, all of the cultural things she did for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think it just blew up. And I don't think she can fix that. Y'all remember when I talked about the Dollar Tree earlier today? Well, the Dollar Tree says it may raise prices on certain products as it continues to attract higher income shoppers and works to offset the effects of tariffs and inflation. What certain products? Everything in the Dollar Tree is Dollar Tree for a reason. Like, it's off-brand, but it's good stuff. You talking about like them Betty Crocker utensils that's over there for $1? Like, I go in there and buy that once a year to replace everything. Or, they got a freezer section. I'm not buying food from the Dollar Tree out of the freezer section. So you're going to raise, I don't understand. And you saw how they tried to give back the Family Dollar. What is going on at the Dollar Tree? You're going to change your name. You can't keep working under this. Child, what y'all doing out there in Sandy Springs? The police seized a record-breaking fentanyl haul enough to unalive 2.5 million people in a Georgia apartment with suspected cartel links. Child, Sandy Springs police are working with the DEA. Look at all this that they got. 53 pounds, 240,000 pills of fentanyl. Then they got powder fentanyl. Then they got cocoa, right? And then they got methamphetamines and firearms. The fentanyl haul was enough to unalive 2.5 million people, highlighting the severity of the drug's potency as it kills around 70,000 Americans annually. What kind of spot is Sandy Springs? Were they in Sandy Springs because they didn't feel like anybody would come? Like, what in the world? Y'all let me know. What I do to bring y'all the news, honey, I can't even really look at this because look at this dog. Former NFL player LaShawn Johnson charged in FBI's largest dogfighting bust in U.S. history. 190 pit bulls seized. Oh my gosh. Y'all gonna have to just go read this article over at, what is it? The Bosch Gossip, because this dog is stressing me out. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go get me a Costco card. I don't have a Costco card. I had a Sam's card, but when I get home, I get a Costco. Chick-fil-A is coming to Costco and Sam's Club for the first time ever. So, at Sam's Club, have y'all had their pizza at Sam's Club? OMG. And that swirly ice cream? But now they having Chick-fil-A? Honey, baby, boo. Wait a minute. Is Chick-fil-A DEI? Are they trying to sneak in over there with Costco? We need to make sure we need to check that out first. But this is a flex. I don't talk about him unless I have to talk about him, but I have to say something because as a former teacher and him trying to cut training teachers amid the anti-DEI initiative, this is insane, right? I remember when I was teaching, half of my check went to buying materials that I needed. And we only had a budget for our section when I taught kindergarten. And then each teacher had a small budget. So we had to buy something as a group, and then we could buy something as individuals. The individual budget was ridiculous, right? Jesus Christ, this is just a lot. And hold on. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services will lay off 10,000 full-time employees across health agencies. How is he going to make America great again? How is he going to fix the economy if you have fired people and they don't have a means to put back in the economy? Right? We see what's going on and we see what's happening and we see what they're doing. My heart goes out to you all. This is so unfortunate. Child, this gives new meaning to the boogeyman, or I think somebody's in the room. Honey, a babysitter had checked for monsters under the child's bed. You know how kids are. And found a grown man under the bed. Child, you know how the babysitter is. Go to bed. I'm in there. Check for da-da-da-da-da. She get in there so she can make the baby feel better and go to sleep. And it is a man under the bed. The Barton County Sheriff's Office reported receiving a disturbing call around 10:30 p.m. Like, I get it. Go to bed. Let me go in here and check because you need to be asleep. On March 24th, the babysitter stated that upon finding the man, an altercation ensued, during which she and the child were knocked over, and he fled before the deputies arrived. The next morning, they were searching and found him and identified him as 27-year-old Martin Villalobos Jr. After a brief chase, he was apprehended. He was a former resident of that home, and he was under a protection order barring him from the property. He's now in jail facing multiple charges, including aggravated kidnapping, child endangerment, and violating protection order. Villalobos is being held on a $500,000 bond. That is crazy. Child, that woman probably had that man put out the house. And you know, for many reasons. Oh my God. When I saw this, it's just some stuff I don't have to read into. I just want to talk about the subject with y'all, right? So Just Hilarious talking to Shannon Sharpe, and she said that Kirk and Rashida's marriage is the perfect example of marriage. And I think I heard her say something like they get through the tough times. I'm paraphrasing. What do you think of that? Do you think that Kirk and Rashida are a perfect example? I mean, when you think about the vows, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. I mean, that's the example. I honestly do not think that I could handle that. What do you think? Like, what do you really think about Rashida and Kirk's marriage? It's not our business. For those who come in here, mind your business. I am minding my business. Now, for the rest of y'all, what do you really think? It's not our business, but oh my gosh, I just don't think I could do it. Let me know what you think, child. Y'all, now you know I don't talk about Diddy. I do not talk about the diddler, honey. But baby, this is interesting. Diddy found guilty by mock jury ahead of federal trial. So they have gathered some people and showed them the evidence. And how would they see it? Guilty. TMZ recently staged a mock courtroom trial for its new Tubi documentary. TMZ presents the downfall of Diddy. His defense. A panel of unofficial jurors found the rapper guilty of coercion and racketeering. What do you think? How do you think this is going to end in May? Now, when we found out that he wasn't going to be in trial until May, that seemed like a long time ago. But child, we right here April. That is just like in 3 weeks. What do you think about this? Do you think that once this happens in May, he will be found guilty? It says right here, the trial is scheduled to begin May 12th. May 12th. That is around the corner. This was very interesting. And for you Chris Brown fans, honey, he is on the way. He said he's going to be doing them meet and greets also. Honey, he's going to be in Arlington, Texas on September the 3rd. I got some stuff I got to figure out. I want to go to a Chris Brown concert because I heard they are fantastic. I think it's going to be great. Let me know if you can. I can't see all of this. I see Boston, Chicago, Houston, Vegas, LA, Phoenix, Toronto, Atlanta, East, Rutherford. Let me know. It's your girl, Millie Chan. Bye, y'all.